Adele, and today we're working on some preparation work and warming up for standing balancing poses. So hopefully this session extends the balancing that you explore in your feet and your legs to balancing your daily life, the daily juggling of your work, your home, and your relationships. So what we aspire to work with today is to ease some of the tension in the legs, the thighs, the calves, and the ankles, and at the same time strengthen the feet, the ankles, the calves, and the thighs to help us to balance better. We will bring more focus into the arches of the feet as well as to the hip abductor, okay, the outer hip, which ultimately helps us to form a better walking gait. Okay, so you will need two blocks and a small stool or a sturdy chair if you have one. So otherwise, if you have no sturdy chair nearby, you can always use your blocks as a modification. So let's start off by some warming up. Sit over to one side and then have your legs out forwards. Your hands can go behind your back so you're pushing the ground, and lay your legs out straight forward. Just start by rolling out your thighs a few times. So just easing out and finding the legs just relax. And then tap your thighs on the ground. Relax and then roll out your ankles in one direction with the toes stretching frontwards and pulling inwards. And then go in the opposite direction. If you hear some creaking along the way, if there's no pain, it's quite alright. Okay, if there's pain, you want to be careful and just go to your own degree. Then from there, point flex your feet a few times. You should alternately feel the front of the ankles and the calf muscles. Good, relax the heels and just wriggle out your toes a few times. Then relax. Then bend your knees, feet on the ground. Have your feet a bit wider, about shoulder width or wider. Then just gently sway onto one edge of the foot and the other in a windshield wiper twist. Just gently, you're warming up a little bit the outer edge of the feet, getting more awareness around there. And just a little bit of a twist and to unwind across the chest and the belly. And then slowly come back to center. If you feel that you're shifted back, you take your hands closer to your hip. You open the left knee out to the left side and cross the left ankle over the right knee. If it's too challenging, move the right foot more forward. Then from there, you can just gently tip your foot towards the right side and come back. Tip the foot towards the right side, come back. It's almost like the same as just now, just that you're wedged in a number 4. And come back one more time. Tip over to the right side and come back. Now your right foot well planted, your left foot draw a circle. Now that it's wedged against the knee, you can more deliberately, okay, work with full range and opposite direction, relaxing your jaws along with it, and make sure you make it easy, breathing well. Good, and point flex. You can add in a foot massage here if you like to. Good, and release. Then change, then right ankle over the left knee. Then from there you want to step down towards the left side. It doesn't have to catch the ground. I'm more rocking across over my pelvis rather than trying to, aggressively step down. Good, just a few times. And feeling good, you come back to the center, open the right knee out and roll the right ankle in circle. Good. Opposite direction. Some of us might find it really hard to control the ankles right now. Just do what you can, okay? And then point flex a few times. Yeah, this one gets a little haywire for me sometimes. And then just wriggle. So I talk about foot massage. If you like to, you can always use your fingers and go in between the spaces of foot and just, give it a little squeeze if you like to, okay? Foot massage is quite nice. If you can't go out for a foot reflexology session, just a little massage will be lovely. Then from there, you bring the right knee out and step your foot down. Just Shake out the calf, shake out the thigh, shake, shake, shake a little bit, and then release. Then drop the knees to one side, help yourself up to standing. Just take a while, comfortable stance, feet about shoulder width. I like to parallel the outer edges of the feet, so I stand tall. And then there is equal pressing into the inner balls of the foot and the outer edge of the foot that may just increase our awareness of just now. So take a few rounds of breath. We're just going to inhale through the nose and exhale like a sigh out. Okay. So let the shoulders be relaxed, let the knees be soft, chin slightly angled down. So take an inhale through the nose. Exhale, sigh out. Inhale. Exhale. One more round. Inhale. Exhale. You can close your eyes or keep your eyes open. Find a comfortable breathing as you start to rock your weight to your right foot and to your left foot. So just sway the weight from side to side, letting the toes lay out flat, stretching them long. If you find any tension that arises, let it fall away. And then from here, shift your weight to the front, to the ball of the foot, and towards the heels. So just go to the degree that you can. As you wake up, it's like waking up the different sides of the feet so that they carry your weight better in a more balanced manner. Predominantly, the weight will still rest into the heels. About 2/3 of our body weight will go down through to the heels. And slowly find where you feel is center. So mostly about 2/3 of the weight in the heel, and then you press down the big toe and feel a light hugging in of the inner thighs. Then gently from here, open your eyes, shift your weight to the right side, bring the left knee up and step down. Change right knee up and step down. So the first few lifting up will feel a little bit of jittery. Okay. After a while, you will feel a little bit more sense of balance and confidence. So we're just going for a few more rounds. It's like lifting the leg alternately. I'm keeping my arms relaxed with no complex actions from the arms. So I let my awareness fall mainly onto my balancing. So how high the knee lifts is not that important. Okay. If you want a challenge, you simply bring it higher. Okay. If you're just still treading a little bit more cautiously, you just slightly lift the knees to your own degree. Just one more set of right leg lift and left leg lift. And when you're done, just come back to where you feel is center. Balance for a little while. Interlace your fingers, push your palms downwards and lift your arms overhead. Good. Feel a nice good lift as you plant down into your feet and find where is your middle, your midline. And bend your elbows, release your arms down. Good. Give a little shake to your wrists and your forearms. And then release them. We'll start to use the blocks. So pretty much the same things we do, just that it is going to be on a block. So I'm just going to take the block and lay them like this, one on top, one in front of the other, with about a fist width between the blocks. Laying on a diagonal so you can see better. Okay, so to be more, if your balance is a little bit more tricky, you want to be close to a wall, and then you want to have the block closer towards each other. Otherwise, the ball, the foot will rest on the first block, the heel will rest on the second block. So the arch is actually in the gap. So you take both feet onto the block. Okay, so your feet, if you have wider feet, I would recommend you using 4 blocks in fact. Okay, otherwise we play a little bit with this. Okay, so you just find that balance. Give yourself a few moments to find that sense of balance that we've cultivated so far. So you just shift your weight from side to side a few times. So the blocks, it is better that they are sturdier. Good. shift the weight forward and backwards a few times. The sensations, the sense of balance is going to be different from the ground because the blocks are comparatively softer than the ground. Keep your knees soft. Then because we're on the block, I'm going to proceed a little bit more cautiously. So shift weight on the right side, your left heel lift and step down. Then shift right heel lift and step down. Then a few times, just raising the heels. We're not lifting the knee all the way up. We're just raising the heels to find that sense of balance and a sense of like a stride. Good. Few times. If you find that the block has shifted a lot, you may stop and then adjust the block. Good. And then slowly come back to balance. If you need to adjust the block, adjust your feet, shift weight to the right side. We're going to work with one leg, okay? So it's going to be easier for you. You can turn the heel in a little bit, like one big toe width towards the middle, so it helps you to set the legs well into the pelvis. Then I'm just going to lift my left heel up, check in on my balance. If I'm balancing well, I lift my left knee up and step down. And I'm going to do about 4 more times on this side. And down, 3, and down. I might not be able to lift my knee that high. 4, and down, and 5, and down. Good. Then I'm going to shift my weight to the left and heel in a little bit. Raise my right heel just to check my balance. If I'm not feeling that balanced today, I'm just going to stay with this and just heel drop. Otherwise, I'm going to try lifting my leg. So for me, my left leg is much stronger than my right. Okay, so I'm going for 5 times. Okay, 5 times is just a gauge. There's no fixed rule on 5 times is better than 4 times. Okay, and then slowly come down. Adjust the block if you need to. If your block is still holding well. My mat is a little bit more like towel, so I need to adjust it a little bit. Or if I feel, okay, it's so challenging now, I need the block to be closer, simply shift that. If you feel confident, okay, you're going to shift from one foot to the other. So shift weight to the left leg, right leg lift, then change. And just go to your own pace, okay? Because sometimes working at other people's pace, it can be quite upsetting, okay? Especially if you need more time to prep yourself before you lift the other leg up. So we're just going for another 3 more sets. So it's right leg, left leg form 1 set. Okay. And I'm going to my last set. And slowly drop the foot down. Find a sense of balance. Keeping your eyes open will be helpful. Soften the knees, soften the jaws. Add in a breath, inhale. Exhale, sigh out if you like to. Feel the natural lift of the pelvic floor on the belly. 1 more time, inhale. And exhale. Then I'm going to step off the block for a while. Just let myself catch some ground. Take a while, relax your toes, balance for a little bit. Now shift weight to the right leg, left knee come up. Does it balance better? Hold it here for 3, for 2, for 1. Drop the foot down, just be spontaneous. Lift the right leg up, staying for 3, for 2, for 1. Good, and rest the foot down. Take a moment, then we're going to prop with 1 block. So you just need 1 block, and then so you just use 1 block. So if you get very nimble in the feet, you actually don't have to fold forward. You can use your feet to do a lot of stuff. So I'm gonna just stand any foot. I'm standing my left foot on the block, and you see how my hip is displaced. My left hip is higher than my right hip. I'm going to lift my right hip to match into my pelvis, so it's like a slot in. So I can flex my foot to assist in that. My hands can be on my hips to give me a sense of balance, of one line balance, okay? So standing on my left foot, I'm going to lift my right leg and engaging. What is engaging is the outer left hip to help me to lift the hip to be level. This is really good for walking, okay? So left leg stable, lift the right hip up and drop 5 times, lift up and drop. 3, 2, 1, and drop it down. Then change, I take the other foot on top of the block. So I stand on it for a while. Okay, my left hip might be feeling sore, so now it's turn for my right hip to be strengthened. So you can flex the left foot if you like to, hand on hip, lift the left leg up into the hip socket and drop it down. 1, lift up, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and slowly release it down. Good. And stand behind your block for a while, breathing. So now we're going to add in a swing actually, right, forward and backwards. So I'm going to step with my left foot again, just standing on it. So my hip is displaced for now. I'm going to lift it and make it parallel, and then I'm just going to sway my right leg out for 5, for 4, for 3, for 2, for 1, and slowly step down. Change leg, right foot on the block, left leg out. Hip is displaced to start with. Lift to level the hip as fast as you can and sway the leg for 5, for 4, 3, keep breathing, 2 more counts, and slowly 1, and then drop the foot, release, step off the block, take the block to one side, take a little while, find that balance. Good. Now we're going to slowly just build up the balance, but let's get a little bit of a hamstring stretch. So you may like to set up the block or take a small stool in place. So those with more flexibility, the top block is on the longest end. Those with less, you take it on the medium or low end. So, or some of those are if you're very flexible in hamstrings, you can not use the block at all. Okay, so I stand on my left foot. Okay, it's random. Okay, I lean weight in my left foot. If I need a little bit more assist, my left heel one big toe width towards the right, and just take my right heel onto the block. Hold on to something if you find that your balance is a bit of wavering today. Then you're trying to stand tall as your right heel wedged down, and you're trying to stand tall, straight legs and facing forward. Then we're going to hold it here for about 6 counts. Those who have more range, you find now you want to put your legs on a ledge higher, or if you don't have anything, you can just hold at the back of the legs and holding here for 6, standing tall, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the leg and slowly take it down. Good. So it's either on the block or you're holding on the back of the leg. So my left leg up. So my both set of toes, my right heel can wedge in a little bit. Both set of toes pretty much facing forward. I can stay like this, just squeezing my legs, both legs straight and facing straight front. Or I can use my hands, hold at the back of the legs. Staying for 6, keep my collarbones bright. 5, 4, weight is on the heel. 3, 2, keep on breathing. 1, bend the knees, slowly let the foot come down, stand on both feet. So that was a hamstring warming up to build up into this pose, where sometimes we go a hand to big toe pose, but we're not taking it to that degree today. So my feet parallel, I can wedge in my right heel, a little bit one big toe width, shift weight to the right, left leg up. Then from there, you can hold at the back of the legs. You can use the block as we just now, and just kick the leg up forward. Those who have more range, you can hold the big toe. That's when you get the hand to big toe pose. But don't lean your weight back, stand tall, firm both legs straighter. And staying for 6, 5, 4, 3, must breathe, 2, 1. Bend the standing leg, bend the top leg to land it down. Good. Okay, you shift weight in your left foot, heel slightly wedge in, right knee lift up. Okay, keep it bend if you want a variation on the block, or hold on the back of your thigh, or you can go for the big toe, or hold on to the edges of the feet. And then staying there, standing up tall for 6, for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Bend the knees, slowly release the foot down. Take a while, good. Open your feet wider, shoulder width and wider. Hands on your hips, a little bit of hip circles. There was a lot of focusing, so let us defocus a little bit. Let the breath flow, and then just swirling in a circular fashion. Be more aware of how your breath is like right now. And then let's go in the opposite direction. If the toes are crunching up, let them be relaxed. And slowly swivel back to the center, or where you feel is center for now. Then we're going to release the calves a little bit. So you take one block, okay, the other block can be at the side, the other block can be at the front, okay, so it becomes a little bit prop for your hands. So I'm going to step onto the, I'll step my right foot on the block with the ball of the foot on the block and the heel to the ground. My left foot is more or less in line, so the feet is in one plane. Bend the standing leg, bend both legs, okay, especially the foot that's on the block. Hinge from the hip halfway. I can be here, just in a halfway fold, or I can take my hands on the block and I lean my weight more forward. So I can be here. So my foot that's on the block, the leg that's on the block, it can be bent or it can be squeezed straight. Both has its virtues. I find that they stretch different parts of the calves, so you can alternate between the two or just slightly move. If you want more, you simply go lower onto the block and go into more of a forward fold. Then take a few breaths, feeling lightheaded, look forward, otherwise just feel the breath. So you can also sway your weight from side to side, front and back a little bit. Few variations, you can bend knee, straight leg, sway from side to side or front to back, or just simply stay. Relax the jaws. We just stay for another 6, 5, broaden collarbones, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Slowly bend your knee and lift yourself up, relaxing. And step off the block, feel the ground for a few moments. Exhale. Change size. So the other leg on the block is in the same plane. So my toes, if I draw a line, is pretty much in line. Make sure the block doesn't flip. If the block is very hard for you to control, simply roll out a towel and put it at the ball of the foot. Okay, that doesn't roll much, but you're still going to get the benefits. Okay, so you slightly bend your knee so you can forward the hip. So you can be here. Okay, if the ground always seems so far to you, you can take the ground to you by using a tall block. Go lower, optional. Then you can option to sway from side to side. I find that it gets into different regions and compartments of my calf muscles, and I can alternate between straightening, but just the straightening and bending, just be gentle with it. And then, sometimes you get too focused and then you hunch your shoulders to your ears. That's where you bring awareness, know that your jaws can be relaxed, and then staying for another 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, bend the knees and slowly help yourself up. And then just release. Stand on the ground or take a few steps around. Finding your feet, just feeling the ground a little bit more. And then come back onto your mat, stand firm on both feet. Good. Find your center, getting that plumb line from head, chest, belly, pelvis. You like to shift your weight forward and slowly raise the heels, come to tiptoe balance. And exhale, heels down. Shift weight to the right foot, left knee bend, hand to ankle, heel to butt, just getting a little bit of front thigh stretch. Let the knee angle down, standing leg is straight, breathing. Good. Release the foot, change, land on your left foot, shift weight onto your right knee, bend, knee angle down. Just stretching out the front thigh. It might not amount to a lot for some of us. Mine, I feel quite a lot. Okay, you can always hold onto a chair. And slowly let the foot go. Take a while. Take a big inhale, arms overhead. And exhale. Just one more like that. Inhale. And exhale. Then give thanks for your patience in your practice. This is a practice. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, so just make it easy, simple for yourself, and then gradually you find it just extends to the rest of your life much easier. Okay, that's it. Have a good day or evening ahead. Namaste. Thank you.